So, take two. Hello, Eamon. Nice to see you. Take two of the Q&A live stream. Sorry about it. I tried to do the Q&A yesterday in the car and my phone died because it overheated. Typical Spanish son. It was a little bit chaotic yesterday, but I said we would try and do the Q&A, so we're going to do it today instead. Normally the Q&A is 5 p.m. UK time on a Thursday, but today we're doing it a day late. But never mind, we're going to get in and answer some of your questions. So, thank you to everyone getting in there. AJ, Devon, nice to see you. Right, let's get going with some questions. Send your questions and I will try and answer them. Hello AJ, I'm good I'm good, thank you mate. How are you? What's my favourite gloves? Well Sam, favourite gloves I've ever worn were probably 2011 Adidas gloves that Van der Sar used to have, the blue and green ones. They were incredible. I had a pair of them and I loved them. They were my favourite gloves. Springboks All Blacks. Is that today? Rugby World Cup going on. I'm not a huge rugby fan, but I do like the World Cup and I like the Six Nations, so I will try and watch that because New Zealand are ridiculous. Hardest thing about moving to another country? Well, Ollie, as you will well know, it is difficult living in a different country. It's difficult moving away from home, leaving your friends, leaving your family. That's probably the hardest thing. Adapting to a new culture, learning a new language, that's always difficult. Am I signed? Adler, yes, I am signed. Signed at Europa Point in Gibraltar. So you need to watch Keeping Goals. You would know that. Keep watching Keeping Goals, you'll find out. Favourite all-time boots? Nike Tiempo is my favourite boots. I've worn them for a very, very long time. Very, very comfy. And I've literally got a new pair today. Have a look. You can tell me what you think. These bad boys. New pair of Tiempos. Don't always go for the flashiest pair, just the ones that work. So there we go. New pair of Tiempos. Cheers, Adler. I'm glad that you enjoy watching the videos. Keep sending your questions. I'll try my best to answer. Best goalkeeper right now in the world. For me, it's between Jan Oblak and Marc-Andre ter Stegen. What's the pay like in Gibraltar Prem? Or do you need to work? I do work at the same time as playing. I need to work in order to live. So I have obviously my wage from my football, but I do some coaching. I do some work with social media. I do some other local work, lots of little bits and bobs to try and make enough so that I can survive. Obviously, the aim is that in the future, as I move up through football and as I get better at football, that will hopefully be able to pay for my living wage. But at the minute, yes, I do work other jobs as well. What football team do you support? Robbie, I support Man United. I've been a Man United fan my whole life. Family had season tickets when I was a kid. I used to go watch them back in the glory days when we were winning things. At the minute, it's a bit more difficult. How do you deal with disappointment in football? It comes, it always happens, disappointment. You have to get ready for it. You have to be expecting it to happen, but you learn from it, you move forward, and that's the best way to deal with it. What do you do in a penalty shootout? I love penalty shootouts. They're one of my favourite things about playing in goal because it's the chance that I get to be a game winner. So I love penalty shootouts. I just enjoy it, try my best to save everything, and I have a little technique for saving penalties that I'm not going to say on here in case any strikers are watching. What's the challenges of adapting to Gibraltar? Gibraltar's a very interesting place. I'd never been to Gibraltar before, and it's a very strange culture for me because it is a bit like being back in the UK, but obviously in a very different climate, and the culture is different too. But walking down the street and seeing a Marks and Spencers on one side, it's got some very odd things where you're like, wow, that's quite interesting to see. The Gibraltarian football is obviously different and something I'm getting used to, but I love the stadium. I've been playing against some very good teams, so I've enjoyed playing it so far. Best Prem keeper. Alisson, before his injury, he was killing it. Edison is very, very good as well. I haven't watched much Premier League football this year. I've watched quite a bit of Spanish football, but I haven't watched much Premier League football. So in terms of De Gea's obviously had a bit of a rough time. Who else has been doing well? Ramsdale at Bournemouth, the young lad has been playing very, very well. Once played against him for Loughborough when we played a friendly against England under-18s. So that's good to see him kicking on and doing well. How to deal with 1v1s. Stay up for as long as you can, stand up, read the ball. If he takes a heavy touch, go and smother it. If not, either spread to make the save or react to make the save with any part of your body. Was Gibraltar the only option? Sammy, go and watch episode 1 of Keeping Goals Series 3. I talk about that. I had a few other options, including Sweden and non-league teams in England, but Gibraltar, for me, was the best option because it had the possibility of European football. And being a top national league, it allowed me to kind of showcase myself a bit more and show people what I could do. Keep going. What questions have we got? What's the best car? Don't know, Sam. I'm not a massive car fan. Do like an Aston Martin though. How is Navas so high rated? His style looks very strange. Navas has a very, very unorthodox way of goalkeeping. The way he saves, the way he dives, often landing on his front. But when a guy has won 3 Champions Leagues, you have to respect him. And I think, although he's not my favourite keeper to watch, I have a lot of respect for what he's achieved. And I think that he is a model professional for how he conducted himself last year at Real Madrid especially. So I hope he does well at PSG. And obviously he got a win over Real the other night, so that was a good boost for him. Do you think you'll be able to make it as a pro? 100%. Just keep watching, you'll see. Liam, do I get homesick? Not often. I work quite hard in what I do, so I train a lot. I do a lot of work for the videos and the vlogs. I do work with coaching and things. I'm also lucky that this year my girlfriend's with me, so I'm not on my own. I do get homesick sometimes, and I miss my family a lot. But the hard work that I put in often takes my mind away from being homesick. Did the split save have its place outside futsal? Yeah, 100%. You've seen keepers like Joe Hart, Jack Butland use the split save very, very well. I use it a lot because flexibility is a big part of my game. I often say that split saves are for the last moment. So when you're very close to the striker, there's not much distance between you, and you just have to make yourself as big as possible to block the shot. You don't want to make a split save when he's 20 yards away, because that's not the right technique. You need to be able to set and go and make the save. But a split save is a good way of making the save when the striker is very, very close to you. How'd you back from being disappointed, and what inspires you to keep going? AJ, improvement inspires me to keep going. I want to get better every single day. So if I'm wasting time being disappointed, I'm not getting better. So improvement inspires me to get better. I'm bouncing back from disappointment. I did a video on that. Go and watch episode 4 of series 3. You just have to learn from it, keep moving forward, and keep chasing your goals. Are you full-time or part-time? It's a difficult one to say because we train pretty much every day. So in terms of training, we are full-time. But we train in the evenings. A lot of the team have other jobs. So it's a bit in the middle. It's not really full-time or part-time. It's a bit of a strange one. Yes, Sammy, having my girlfriend with me definitely makes it easier. I've played abroad on my own before, and that's very difficult. But having Frankie with me is great because we get to live in a new place, we get to explore new things, and it also means that I can switch off a bit away from football, which is very important. Hi, Jack. Nice to see you. Thank you very much, mate. Keeping tops of things and maintaining performance. Just plan your weeks. I find planning my weeks is very important. A lot of people don't do it. If you get a diary out for the week, write down what you've got to do in the week, write down what you've got to achieve, and that will definitely help you to keep on top of it. I'll keep going, we're getting a bit glitchy. concentrate on improving, concentrate on getting better. That's the most important thing about goalkeeping. Don't worry about anything else. Just concentrate on getting better. Sorry, lads, my phone is getting a bit glitchy. We might have to wrap this up pretty soon, I'm afraid. My phone is not dealing with this very well. Hey, I'm really, really sorry that the queue out and about all over things. So, new episode coming out this. If you haven't watched the previous episode, go and watch that now so that you're caught up. But hopefully, I'll be able to answer all of your questions properly. Oh, we're back, Ed. We're back on it a little bit. Okay, I'll try and do a couple more minutes of questions. So if you're still in, a couple of questions. Best gloves, not a high price. Owen Eyewear Hedera gloves, which are very reasonably priced, and there's a few other brands which also have good priced gloves. Any more questions, let me know. Better to do conditioning before or after weightlifting to lose body fat? Neither. Conditioning, weightlifting, it's all exercise. It'll all help you if you're trying to lose body fat, but also make sure that your nutrition is good. Don't worry about too much about your work if you're putting in crap food. Make sure you're eating well, drinking well, and also training well, and that will help you to lose body fat. And also training well, and that will help you to lose body fat. How did you choose between working and playing soccer? Football was everything that I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to train. So I always wanted to be a footballer, and I work alongside that to try and make that possible. There's no ideal keeper height, Devon. Every keeper, if you look at keepers who have been brilliant, Manuel Neuer, 6'3", 6'4", Iker Casillas, 5'11", both been best keepers in the world at one stage. So there's no ideal height. You just have to be the best keeper you can possibly be. Don't worry about your height. There's nothing you can do to control it. Control the controllables, improve your goalkeeping. That's the most important thing. What's the utensil used to clean your gloves? In that video, it was just a little boot brush. You can buy them from a lot of shops. It's just a little brush that you clean shoes with. You can use that to clean your gloves. Couple more questions and then I'm going to have to go. Tips for footy trials. Luke, just stay calm, enjoy it. Show them what you can do, but don't try and chase the game. Make sure you just react to what happens in the game and use your tools that you have to give it the best shot you do. Trust yourself, trust your skills, and then go and perform and show what you can do. Jaden, well done for making your debut. Don't worry too much about moving too fast too soon. Just keep learning, keep improving, and eventually opportunities to move up will come. Hi, Callum Denman and Cleve Colts. Shout out. Cheers, guys. Have you ever played futsal? No, Bob, I never played futsal. Finish school if you want to go pro. Play for your team. Keep playing, keep improving. That's the only way that you make sure people see you. So play as many games as you possibly can and keep getting better. That's the main thing. Okay, one more question and then I'm going to go before my phone dies again. How do I get better at goal kicks? Work on strength or technique? Technique first. Focus on technique. Get your technique right, and then the strength will come. You can do strength work in the gym, in training, but practice the technique first. That's the most important thing. Right, guys. Again, sorry about the Q&A. Sorry about the quality. I hope I managed to answer most of your questions. If I haven't answered your questions, next Thursday, 5 p.m. UK time, I'll be doing the Q&A, and I'll be back in my flat with my Wi-Fi, not relying on data, so it will be much better quality and I'll be able to stay on for longer and hopefully do half an hour answering your questions. Make sure that you're watching on Sunday for the next episode of Keeping Goals. Give that a watch. Let me know what you think in the comments when you watch it. If you haven't watched last week's episode, go and give that a watch first. Make sure that you're caught up. But thank you for watching. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sending me all your questions. Have a great, what day is it? Friday. Have a lovely Friday evening. Have a nice Saturday. Enjoy your weekends. Good luck with your games if you have football. And then I will see you on Sunday for the next episode of Keeping Goals. But thank you. I'll see you next Thursday for the next episode of the Q&A live. and on Sunday for the next episode of Keeping Goals. Cheers, Liam. Cheers, AJ. Thank you for all